We are living through one of the biggest shifts in how we work in like 100 years. And this isn't just about getting to work from home in your sweatpants. Nope, it's way bigger. It's a total reinvention of how winning teams are built. And by 2025, the companies that really get this are the ones that are going to come out on top.
Just take a second and think back. That alarm clock blaring way too early, the mad rush to grab some coffee, and then the traffic. Or the packed train. That whole routine, right? It pretty much defined the workday for decades. It felt like it was set in stone.
Well, it turns out it wasn't. What started as, this massive global necessity has completely morphed into a powerful strategic choice. That old, rigid, everyone in one building model, it's just dissolving. And in its place, something way more flexible, way more global, and honestly, a lot more competitive is taking over.
Yeah, this is not just some passing trend. We are smack in the middle of a full-blown workspace revolution. And you better believe that in this new world, there is a new formula for winning. A formula that the smartest companies are already figuring out.
The phrase you're going to hear a lot is the hybrid advantage. And pay attention to that word strategic. This is so crucial. We're not just talking about a casual work from home on Fridays policy. This is a deliberate business model designed from the ground up to be faster, more efficient, and to flat out outperform the old school office-only approach.
So here's the bottom line. We have absolutely passed the tipping point. What used to be a nice little perk, a nice-to-have benefit, is now a must-have. It's a fundamental requirement for any company that wants to attract the best people and perform at the absolute highest level. It's just table stakes now. Which brings us to the first and maybe the biggest battleground, the war for talent. In today's world, the team with the best players almost always wins. So how does this new way of working give you a massive, decisive edge?
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? For literally decades, companies were trapped by geography. Your hiring pool was basically anyone who could drive to your office every day. That massive limitation? It's just gone.
And this chart just shows you how massive that change is. See that little bar? That was the old way, your local talent. Now look at that huge bar next to it. That's your potential talent pool today. The difference in scale is just staggering. You're not fishing in a small pond anymore. You're fishing in the entire ocean.
And listen, this isn't just some top-down corporate thing. This is being driven by the talent themselves. 74%. Let that sink in. Nearly 3 out of every 4 people want flexible work options. If you don't offer that, you're basically telling almost 3/4 of the talent out there, hey, maybe this isn't the place for you. That's a huge handicap.
Okay. So you can get the best talent from anywhere, but the million-dollar question every manager asks is, will they actually be productive? Well, that requires a completely new playbook, one that stops caring about physical presence and starts focusing on actual performance.
So let's bust a couple of huge myths right now. The old belief was, if I can see you at your desk, you must be working. The new reality? Give talented people autonomy, trust them, and you get amazing results. The other old belief was, company culture can only happen around the water cooler. The truth is, a strong culture is built on a shared mission and trust, and that has nothing to do with physical walls.
Now, this doesn't just happen magically. The teams that are crushing it with a hybrid model are super intentional. First, they set crystal clear goals. It's all about the outcomes, not the hours. Second, they invest in the right tech to make working together feel seamless. And third, they totally rethink why they meet in person. That time becomes precious, used for high-impact collaboration, not just sitting in side-by-side cubicles.
All right, so we've covered getting the best people and making them super productive. Now, let's look at the end game. How all this builds a powerhouse organization by giving it a massive financial and creative edge.
The return you get on this is huge, and it comes from all sides. You slash your real estate costs. You keep your best people longer, which saves a ton on recruiting. By hiring from everywhere, you get all these different perspectives that spark real innovation. And your whole company just becomes more agile, able to react faster to whatever the world throws at it.
It's kind of wild when you look at this timeline and see how fast this all moved. In 2019, the traditional office was just normal. 2020 forced this massive, messy experiment on all of us. The last couple of years have been this great debate, but look where we're headed. The path is crystal clear. By 2025, hybrid isn't the alternative, it's the standard.
So if we boil it all down, winning in 2025 is really going to be built on these 3 pillars:
It's about getting the absolute best people no matter where they live. It's about trusting them and focusing on results. And it's about building a leaner, smarter, and more innovative company because of it.
And that really leaves us with one final, pretty critical question. As we speed towards this new reality, you really have to ask yourself, is my workplace, my team, my whole mindset, is it built for the world we just left behind, or is it built for the one that's coming?